Yeah, thanks.
How did you get on Saturday Night Live? How'd that happen?
I was writing there. I was a writer there, and then I was touring as a stand-up.
How'd you get the writing gig?
I submitted packets to SNL to apply.
So an agent or something?
So I wrote. No, I didn't have an agent.
You just write in the. You're like, here's my packet, and you to SNL. You put.
Well, I
it
typed.
in the
It wasn't
mail.
handwritten. I typed it.
Oh, you should have handwritten it. You would have got in sooner.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah,
something
definitely
along,
not.
something
No one's
along those
reading it, right?
lines. When I was just starting in radio sales, I wanted so badly to write for Saturday Night Live. So I wrote a bunch of sketches, and I thought, how can I get Lauren's attention? So I wrote them all out in crayon.
That's really funny.
Never got a response.
He was like, "They're brilliant, but we can't hire this toddler. It's against labor laws. Otherwise, we get him in here."
That's a true story.
We have ourselves a Dookie House of Comedy.
Will Forte, who was on our show for a number of years, awesome dude. He got hired at Letterman as a writer originally back in the day. He just sent in cartoons. He drew one-panel cartoons, and Letterman saw them and was like, whoever this guy is, get him. And they were joking. The writers were looking at them like, look how crazy this dude is. And Letterman saw him like, hire that guy.
Really?
So you sent in packets, they call you and say, come on in.
Yeah, so I sent in, I applied other places too. I applied to Letterman, Conan, Daily Show, lots of places. I was just trying to, anywhere that would have me. I was very happy. And I submitted to SNL one year when I was still in college and no one looked at it. And then I got out of college and I submitted a packet. And I was lucky they liked something in it. So they brought me in. Tina Fey was the head writer, and a guy, Andrew Steele. They brought me in and interviewed me. And then I had to go interview with Lorne, which was like insane.
Was that terrifying?
What's that?
Was that terrifying?
Of course.
That's Lorne Michaels.
Like one-on-one?
One-on-one in his office.
But you're a fan of
looking
this show?
over the New York City, his awesome, crazy office he's been in since 1975.
But are you the guy, or as you grow up, of course you apply to them, but is that a show that you had watched so you're intimately familiar with all the weekend updates?
I was. I mean, it was, if I could have chosen one show to work at, it would have been SNL. But I didn't. When you start out as a writer, it's so hard that you can't really, you take any job you can. I mean, I had been working at an animated cartoon show for Nickelodeon that basically never aired. I'd worked at it overnight as a newspaper editor. Like, I do whatever. I was happy to do whatever.
Take us to now they need to fill the weekend position.
Yeah.
How do you get that?
I had been doing stand-up essentially the entire time I had been writing at SNL. Like, every off week, like here, we're off this week, I'm on the road doing stand-up. So I was doing that since I started. So I've been doing stand-up for probably 10 years. And Lauren kind of asked me once Seth was leaving, he kind of talked to me about it, and he was like, do you think this is something you could do? And I was like, yeah. You just kind of have to be like, yeah, I think I could. And I really, it's what I wanted to do. As a stand-up, it was the ultimate thing I wanted to do.
It's really good. I think I remember the first time you did it, I was kind of like, I don't know about this guy. But then I got to tell you something. I really look forward to your weekend. And I'm not just saying because you're here. I mean, I'm a big fan of you guys. And even, it's funny, I can't remember the other dude, the black dude. I call him the
Michael
black
Che.
dude.
Yeah.
Michael Che. Yeah.
I do too. He hates it.
Yeah, like even
he's a good comic.
He started
really
to grow.
Oh, he's so funny.
Yeah, he started growing me.
I brought him into SNL as a writer originally because I saw him as a stand-up, and I was like, this guy's so funny. And so he and I we'd occasionally write together or whatever, and we're both stand-ups, so we both know that rhythm a little bit, and he's just been awesome to work with.